Yeah. Oh, you actually have coffee. Okay, great. Okay. Well, let's just start with that. Everybody.
New cups. He loves these.
Oh, wait. Show it again. Show it again.
These new cups, they don't have a handle. And so now we're like going.
I love those. I love those. Look how artisan that looks. Wait, show it. Who made those?
I don't know. My wife bought them. So
beautiful.
That's like thing, so.
It matches the blue handprints in the back there.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Everybody, we're here. Coffee with the founder. This is what we do. We have fun with founders and chat about why they're doing the crazy thing of venture-backed startups, because you got to be a little crazy to do it. Just a tad, maybe ridiculously crazy. Questionable. With us is Matthias Hofmann, co-founder and CEO of Eyebot. Excited to be here with you, Matthias, coming from Boston. I'm sure it's chilly there, but we're here. That's why you're drinking coffee later in the day, even over there. Okay. Eyesight. Tell us, you first or before found out years ago, you could not become, let's see, a pilot.
Yeah.
And that was in Switzerland. You're like, oh, shoot, I couldn't be a pilot. And so this sounds like it cemented your interest in or awareness of your own eyesight. Tell us more.
Exactly. Well, thanks for having me. Yeah, so I was born and raised in Switzerland. And believe it or not, Switzerland has a Swiss army, a Air Force.
Yeah.
Air Force with like airplanes, and actually we buy F-35s from the US. But it only takes like about 5 minutes to cross the airspace in Switzerland. But anyways, you have an Air Force. When you're like a 10-year-old kid, 10, 12, 13-year-old kid, you talk with your friends about like, what do you want to be in, right? And all those ideas. So I was like, I want to be a fighter pilot. And now right around that time, it turns out that my vision started going worse, because that's kind of like when you hit puberty, you can actually have a lot of zero vision. And
wait a second. So during puberty, that's like one of the high times where your eyesight could reverse, or if you have something?
There's different. Like it can happen when you're 5 years old. But one of the moments that you can have an increase in myopia can be during your teenage years. And that's exactly what happened to me. So I went from like a half diopter to like a full diopter and a -2 diopters in a span of like 3 years about, and it just kept getting worse, which is pretty regular. Like at the time I was -3. Anyway, so the point is that I knew then already that like I couldn't be a fighter pilot, and just this memory sort of stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Prescriptions and about like what does glasses mean, and like how that gets corrected.
Yeah.
Never really thought about it, but it just was, that memory was pretty strong for me. And then many years later, I went to college, and actually I moved to the US for college. Then did grad school in the United States.
You did Harvard, no big deal.
And I went to did a postdoc position at Harvard Medical School, Mass General Hospital. My background is optics, so engineering optics. And ended up in Boston and worked on mammography. And because my mom at the time had breast cancer, so I'm very visual. Everything I do typically goes around where I feel like the most critical need is. And I was on optical tomography for mammography at Harvard Medical School. I did that for 1 year, and I run into this guy who just started his MIT spin-off called Inetra, which was the first smartphone-based eye test. And I was
Inetra. Yeah, this is 2013.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was fascinated by that, and then I was like, wow, yeah, exactly. I was always wondering about those eyeglass prescriptions.
Yeah.
And then I looked more into it, and it's like we realized back then, this was 2013, how big the need was today. Back then and even today, of people getting their eyes checked and also getting new eyeglasses. Turns out that 70% of humans see better with glasses. It's one of the most common. It actually is a common condition that humans have. And the solution is simple. You put on a pair of frames, put on glasses, or contact lenses. We figured that out. Like as a human race, we figured out how to correct for this problem. But getting to those numbers is extremely complicated still.
Getting to the numbers is extremely complicated? You mean to get the humans to get the glasses?
Yeah, getting to the numbers, then getting to the glasses. And something like a quarter of the human population right now, something like 20 to 25% of the world's population is not seeing well. And most of it can just be corrected by a pair of glasses.
And so why is that? Accessibility to the glasses?
Accessibility to exams and accessibility.
Yeah.
Yes. And then what happened in the last couple of, 20, 30, 40 years is that we've been able to make glasses very accurate for very cheap. And this is actually very new. Like just, 30, 40 years ago, we used to make everything by hand. The lenses used to be just, carved out of glass and molded out of glass. And it was very artisanal. And in the last 20 years, we can crank this stuff out like, just conveyor belt style. But what is still living in the 19th century is just getting to the numbers to get to the glasses. And that's still the big blocker. So we have all this technology to make glasses.
It's getting to the exam.
But just getting to the exam is still stuck in the past.
So that's what you all do.
That's exactly what we're up to. So the
results at the touch of the button, it says.
That's just the beginning, really. It's like vision care on its own, like could benefit from a lot of updates and automation. And the prescription is just one corner of the entire space that needs, that there's just not enough access to. So I was very fascinated by that in 2013 already with can smartphones be the thing that, unlocks this. Not just for the US, but also worldwide. Right?
Oh, yeah. It's even more dire in other places. Go ahead.
25% of US counties in the United States do not have an eye care provider, do not have an eye doctor.
25?
Yes, 25% of US counties. Now, of course, those are like not very populated counties.
Of course, it's population 900 or whatever. Yeah.
Or driving 1 hour in one direction just to get an eyeglass prescription to then maybe buy glasses somewhere, right? So, we knew, like, in 2013 already that like the system is not keeping up with the demands for eye care today, and it's not only that it's not meeting the existing demand. The demand for eye care is growing.
I was going to say, so is there increase?
Becoming more myopic, right? Like they're seeing less better at a distance. This is a trend that has been very strong already in Asia. These are now adults. Now in the US, it's happening the same way. With probably too much screen reading, too much indoor.
I was going to say, why is it? Yeah, screen. Yeah.
Yeah, and so we're going to have more kids become adults that just can't see as well as we did just 20 years ago. So more demand for glasses. Less doctors. In fact, there's like less doctors over time. So more doctors are retiring today. Eye doctors are retiring than coming out of school. And so population grows, more demands, less doctors.
And just to then bring it to this, what you all have is a kiosk that can set anywhere, basically. Tell us a little bit more, like the terminal that you could use and do this. Because to be clear, this isn't with an iPhone that you're getting your eyes checked. I think people tried to crack that, but that's like,
we could solve it with an iPhone.
But we're not there yet.
That's probably never going to happen. And that's you can renew prescriptions and do some basic things, but like you can't solve the problem wholesale. And we came to that conclusion pretty early. It was pretty clear to me already in 2014, 2015 that the smartphone is the wrong platform to do that. And I can go into much detail on why that is, but it really fundamentally comes down to that people do not want a smartphone to make, honestly, to be for the user and the patient to be responsible for their own exam. That's where most people tap out. And it's also really challenging interface. It's a terrible consumer experience.
Yeah.
We're just never going to get past that. And it's not accurate, but let's ignore that for a second.
Okay.
So
you have a kiosk.
The reality, what we then realize is that to make this work, to make something so simple that anyone can just walk up and just get like their eyes checked, and if they're eligible to get a prescription, it has to be in a format and a form factor that people understand and are comfortable. Turns out, and we've tried a lot of other things, turns out it's a kiosk.
We like kiosks in America, especially.
You should be able to walk up, you should be able to push a button, follow some prompts, and it does all the work for you. You don't have to stuff your head into it. You just stand there.
Yeah, you just stand it.
Look inside, and it scans your eyes, and it does all the work. And yeah, we've been iterating on this, and we've been now launching it. Actually, I can say that today, but we are in Walmart. We have numerous stores in Pennsylvania that we're about to publish. We have a lot of other exciting places where we're launching. And yeah, it's a pretty exciting time. I can tell you, like, we are very confident that we're building the right thing, because we have people get prescriptions that come from all walks of life. And this, to us, was the big proof that, like, if we build something like this, it has to work for everybody.
So a child, an elderly person, they can walk up to the kiosk.
And I kid you not, we have the mailman, we have doctors in scrubs, we have nurses, T-Mobile workers, we have little old ladies, we have biker gangs, we have Amish people get a prescription from a kiosk, believe it or not.
Awesome.
Kid you not, Amish. We have everything, like big burly men, we have, we got it all. And to us,
how cool is that?
That is the real validator that, like, this is a solution now that all the folks that I just told you about, they would never use a smartphone to get a prescription. Can get through this kind of interface. And, they're happy with their glasses, and it's very exciting right now.
So what would be the biggest problem for you all? For instance, is it how to get the kiosks in the right spots?
Yeah, it's
now that you figured out the technology part.
Yeah, we're focused on distribution. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Team really fast, and a lot of opportunity. Our demand has far outpaced our capability to put in stores. So,
as one founder said on here before, product market fit is your worst nightmare. Like, then it's like, oh God, you can't keep up, you can't deliver for the current, then they get mad, whatever. It's like, it's not good necessarily. It's good, but it can be stressful, to say the least.
Yeah, stress is real.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us a little bit more about that. So how are you handling stress? Because this is not easy to do, as we know, such as the stress of getting distribution and getting these into the right spot. How do you handle the stress?
I've been pretty good at managing a lot of pressure. I think what I'm doing right now is two things in my life. I have my family, I have my young kids, and I have this startup, and those are the two things that are going on in my life. And
that's it. Okay. Very focused.
It's I had to cut all the things that I couldn't do away, and I'm very happy this way. I get to I spend as much time as possible with my family, but they're also understanding that I just have to run.
You're in it.
Run and get on a plane and go somewhere. So get it.
What did you cut out?
I'm far less social as I used to be. That's the one thing that's gonna suffer, is I don't have time to spend with friends and go to events or places I'm invited to. My answer is no. I just don't have time. So,
but as you said, you're okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I got my family, the most important thing to me, and I got this startup that is growing exponentially. So it's pretty good. So yeah, I mean, of course, there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of frustration, there's a lot of stress, but it all feels worth it when you're looking at what we're doing, and in terms of like how people are, all of a sudden being able to see for faster, for cheaper, and getting to their glasses, and then you see who you're serving.
The mailman to the Amish people, yeah.
That easily just makes up for the stress.
Oh, I like it. Now, you're mentioning your family. You're mentioning the focus just on the startup. I do like to ask on here, what have you recently learned? Or what became clear?
Sounds cliche, but when you say fast growing startup, but we have lightning in a bottle.
Oh, that's so great. Ooh, how do you know that? When was the moment?
There are a couple of moments.
Okay.
And and maybe it's different for other startups, but for us, these moments come in sort of patchy moments. The very first moment I knew we had something was actually years ago when Jack and I put the first prototype that we built in his apartment. We built a it's just hack and whack a thing together. We put it in a shopping center. We put a sign up that said free vision test. And then people just lined up. And then we saw like who would use this, and it was sort of everybody, like rich, poor, Asian, Latino, white, black, everybody. And that was the first goosebump moment for me. I knew there's like evidence of product market fit. And then there's like moments in between, on a sudden when you had like the first time we had over 100 people use a kiosk in a day. And then that's like, okay, that's not an anomaly. Like this is a thing. And I would say the more recent moments was, I think, a big like moment when it's like goosebumps is when we're seeing the kind of conversion we're getting at Walmart, for example, going from just taking the exam or taking the vision test, getting a prescription to buying glasses is.
God, and there's nothing like when you start having customers, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know this person. This is a new person. Like it's a stranger. Oh, here they are here. Like I think that's always fun.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
People tell me like from Y Combinator, it's like, oh, someone who's not in YC actually bought our product. Like, oh my gosh, that's very exciting. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And so that's the summary. I would say there's a couple more goosebump moments, but those are the clear ones that stand out.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And lightning in a bottle time. May we all have that, because that's great. How about a unlock? We're like, ooh, this year, you know what? I really unlocked X.
I would say a big. That's maybe a little too personal, but
no, we love personal.
We've made my wife and I have made a lot of adjustments to our lifestyle. Financially, we're doing a lot better than we did. And in the past, like you don't want to be struggling paycheck to paycheck. And as you do, when you start a company, the first couple of years are pretty rough.
Yeah.
We're past that now. And so I was able to make a lot of lifestyle changes, including my wife having much more time with the kids. And that has been an incredibly positive experience for and the kids.
So the unlock is the stabilization, perhaps, and what that's provided.
Like it's very cliche, but like having money,
solves things.
It solves a lot of headaches.
Solves things. It's true.
It's pretty lame, actually, but that's just.
I don't think that's lame at all. I think it's a real answer.
You don't have to like worry about your paycheck, or like you don't have to worry about, being able to pay your mortgage.
Yeah.
Then you have a lot of other time to think of other things.
Yes.
Are typically more fun, like spending time with family. So.
I think that's just a humble, real answer, Matthias. So I like it. I think we end on there too. We're pretty much at time. We had to have you go help a patient there for a second, but yes, money solves a lot of things. Not all the things, of course, but it can stabilize quite a bit.
There's a sort of a threshold somewhere.
Yes.
We're probably beyond. It doesn't really matter anymore. But like, it's easy to understand why there's a lot of frustration going on right now in our society.
For sure.
People are struggling to, pay for diapers and pay for formula.
Get food on the table, big time. It consumes you. There's lots of research around that too. Like mentally in your brain, it's become all blocked. It's worse than being sick. Yeah. Matthias, thank you for being on today and having your cute little coffee mug too. Props to your wife for getting that stylish mug. Look at that. I love it. Matthias Hofmann, CEO, co-founder, Eyebot, making eyesight at the speed of light, as you say, at the speed of sight.
The speed of sight.
And light is giving you have lightning in a bottle. So that too. All the things. I love it. Thanks for being here.
Thanks so much.